Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Couples Money Revelation podcast. I am Brian, Coach Brian, and today's episode, I wanted to kind of make it a little bit juicy. I wanted to kind of discuss a couple points that I have actually talked to other business owners for about in the last week or two, especially, and just some thoughts I've had on that topic in the last week or two, especially as we get closer and closer to an election. And that's the category of why I don't believe November 5th is going to make any damn of a difference who wins the election. It doesn't matter. It it doesn't. And I'm going to explain why. I got to have some details, right? I got to have some breakdown. So I was thinking heavily about this the last couple of weeks, especially as I'm driving around, go to networking events, go to, errands and things, listen to podcasts, really thinking about the future of, my clients, potential clients, our country, how inflation has affected us in the last couple of years. And I started thinking, like, you know what? I don't think it matters who wins Friday or on Tuesday, excuse me, the 5th. It's not like we're gonna wake up the next morning, you guys, on Wednesday, and all of a sudden we're gonna have $2 gas, maybe $2 cheeseburgers. Everybody's gonna be singing Kumbaya in a circle. It's not gonna happen, you guys. And it's not going to happen anytime soon either, in the next month, 2 months, or anything like that. And what I mean by that is businesses, I'll start with this, and then we'll kind of go backwards towards a few more points I want to do. Businesses, me and someone were talking about this the other day, actually, while we were networking. And businesses are going forward, you guys. Businesses were going forward a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years. Everyone's moving forward. And so what's dangerous and people aren't really thinking about that aren't just like, oh my God, well, we got to get this guy or this lady out of the office. We got to do this. Everything's got to go back to good. But they're not sitting down and thinking for a minute and saying, wait a minute. Let's use restaurants as an example. Okay. Price of salad. We'll just use the salad. There's plenty of other goods that cost of goods that have gone up, obviously. We'll use salad. Okay. Let's say 2.5, 3 years ago, before April 21, when inflation went really heavily up. Let's just say you could get at a decent restaurant a nice salad for what? A good salad for what? 10 to 12 bucks, right? A lot of those places are now 15, 16. Some salads are up to like 18 bucks, a meal. Some really nice fancy places are, depending on how much stuff they put on top of it, 19, 20 bucks a salad. And you say, well, obviously you blame whatever's up front, right? Well, it must have been inflation. It's been Mr. Biden. It's been Miss Harris now. It's all their fault. Okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, you can blame them. That's fine. But then you think about that business and that same salad, right? Let's just say your other choice wins next Tuesday. And really, that person doesn't get in until January anyway, right? So let's just say in a few months, do you really think business owners, even if it gets better, are going to say, my $15, $16 salad? Yeah, let's take it back down to 10, 12 bucks. Yeah, everything's better. I'm going to do that. They're going to go to their employees who they've already paid more money, you guys, and say, what? Because I'm reducing my prices on my menu, I'm going to have to either let a couple of you go, reduce your hours, cover the costs. What are they going to say? Bye, quit, 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 quit. You're going to have no staff. The prices that we have made over the last few years, a restaurant has made for a salad, the cost of goods, you guys, isn't going to go back down. I'm sorry. The days of $2 or $1 and $2 menus at Taco Bell are not coming back. They're not. They already advanced them. They already started paying people more money, which cost of living is more. A lot of these waiters don't deserve $2 an hour and plus tips. I mean, like they need more money to live, you know? It's not going backwards, you guys. It's not. It's not going to change. I promise you. They wouldn't be able to afford it. They would have to lose everybody. And then your restaurants would be, they're already committed to all those higher prices, you guys. Places like, I If anyone hears this nationwide, they might not have them, but let's just say like a Carrabba's or, a steakhouse or something like that that has increased their prices for steak and everything else and salad. It is what it is now. We dug this hole in the last couple of years, and you say, well, yeah, that was because of the no, no, we dug it. Corporations dug it, you guys. Cost of gas corporations, truck driving companies, all these corporations caused it as well. Let's not blame one person just because they're leading the country. Like you can, it's easy, right? Nothing's going backwards. That's the summary of that. Okay. It's just not. So get over it. Part two of this is I want to talk a little bit about the post that I made. And, I'm talking more and more about this as I go through my newsletter too, is, nothing's going to change if you don't change three things: spending habits, priorities, and discipline. Let's talk about spending habits, right? Okay. I've said this before and I joke about it and stuff like that. Joe Biden, Trump, whoever's in presidency is not the person taking your credit card and debit card and swiping it and swiping it and swiping it. You control your arm. I have to remind my kid this sometimes, right? My 11-year-old. You control your arm and your physical usage of it. You control your brain. They're not telling you what to do over there. Let's say it gets better next year a little bit, right? Inflation drops lower, few things come down, buck here, buck there, maybe a little bit of gas. Everyone's like, oh my God, gas is $2.50. Gas I paid a week ago, you guys, even though it's right before the election, I paid $2.99. Like it was below $3. Like it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up, it's a game, you guys. It's right before the election, right? They're trying to buy votes, or like right after the election, if Trump wins, like all of a sudden gas will probably temporarily go down in January. Oh, magically. Oh my God. It goes down to 279 or 299. It's going to go right back up in a couple months, guys. They got you. Okay. We can talk about that all day. They got you hook, line, and sinker, you guys, no matter what side you're on. But hey, that's a different thing. Your spending habits are something else. You go to Costco now, and everyone might say, oh my God, my Costco trip now is $550 for a family of 4 or 6 every 3 weeks or whatever it is. 2 years ago, it was what, 500? So, I mean, like realistically, it's your spending habits. It's your shopping list, you guys. It's your priorities is like, look in your cupboard. Like, what do we have left over? Like, we're the ones sliding the card. We're the ones grabbing that off the shelf. Wants, not needs, wants. Yep. Let's get this in case we need this. And then let's do this. And then we go over to, Kroger or Meijer after that and get another $100. Like, we're the ones spending the money, you guys. You can blame goods. I mean, food goes up, guys. Groceries went up. But here's a little secret. And I want everybody to hear this. I'm going to say it twice. I've tracked I do all the grocery shopping pretty much. 85-90% of the grocery shopping in our family. In the last 8 to 12 months, our weekly grocery shopping in my house, I have an 11-year-old now, a 4.5-year-old, and me and my wife, has gone down by 10 to 15% a week. 10 to 15%. So what used to be, let's just say $180, let's just say 200. I don't know, as of a year and a half ago, let's just say 200 a week when we get some. I have a very plant-based diet, so they're more expensive, some organic stuff. Okay, let's say 200, right? Now I'm spending 180, $20 less a week. I'm the same boat as everybody else. My goods cost just as much as everybody else, if not more, because I'm mostly vegan, you guys. I mean, it's my spending habits, right? I made it a priority to find every deal possible. 1 week, the store sends me better coupons. I go there for a week. The next week, the other one sends us great coupons. I go there for the week. I make sure I get coupons. I get deals. I make sure that I'm using my points if I use debit card purchases. I use Fetch, which is a grocery list thing where you scan your receipts. You occasionally get $10 here, $10 there. I do everything I can and say, nope, this is what I'm buying for the week. You don't like it? You got till next Friday. Okay? Your spending habits are your priority, not anybody else's. And a lot of people struggle with the spending habits, And that's what I work on, you guys. That's what I work with people with all day, every day. One of the main key things of my coaching that we come across in our monthly coaching is one or two parts of the couples admit we don't have good spending habits. We don't. We need help. We need guidance. Like, what do we need to change? Let's review this. That's on them. Okay. And a lot of people are struggling with that. Reach out. Reach out. I'm telling you, every day people tell me this, you guys. You are not the only one. Huge part of America and in the world is struggling with this, you guys. Okay? That's huge. Let's take that. Make it your priority. Priority is number 2 of what I want to talk about, right? So we talk about priorities, right? You got to have goals, right? You have to. Goals aren't shattered by presidents. Goals are not shattered by presidents. They're shattered by your priority. You're not making certain goals your priority. It's okay. It's okay. There's other things. You're busy. I'm working overtime just to stay alive. I'm paycheck to paycheck. We have 2 kids. We have sporting things. Oh my God, sports. So exhausting. I know. We just went through football. I'm tired. Got it. But you got to sit down with your person and be like, we got to make some priorities coming up. What is a priority in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months? Let's hit these short-term goals. I say goals, girl, short-term goals. And we got to hit them hard. And if we can't hit them hard and we continue to not make things priorities, then we need to reach out to someone and get some help. We need a third party because these priorities and goals are on us, not anybody else trying to control this. What happens in your house, guys? I'm looking up at my ceiling right now, right? Is your responsibility. Third, and I'm drawing a blank. I didn't have a second cup of coffee. I'm trying not to do as much caffeine. I had some great matcha green tea today. I said, what did I say? Spending habits, priorities. Oh God, I'm on camera. Everyone's going to make fun of me. I'm drawing a blank here. Let me go back and look at my little list. This is bad. This is bad that I forget this, guys. Hold on. I just turned 39. Yay. Yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm sorry. And as closer I get to 40, the closer I feel like I'm getting more and more tired with life. Oh, this is a weird delay. Hold on. I have my list right here and I didn't have it up. Discipline. Holy moly. I didn't use any discipline there, you guys. Wow, that was embarrassing. We're not even going to cut that out of this episode. That's part of it right there. Discipline. Your discipline, your brain discipline right there, Brian. Discipline is the final one I want to talk about. And I'm trying to think of how I want to put this. And I'll just say it. Our society, our kids too, I'm a millennial, almost think that like discipline is a joke. And what I mean by that is we don't have discipline like we used to. Me and my wife, my parents, my brother, we all talk about this in terms of children discipline. I won't get into this. That's going to be something else in a family podcast that, might be something else. But discipline with money, you guys, is I talk about it in my coaching as repeated behavior with people, showing discipline. I'll give an example. It's great if I could, let's just say, I sit down, I wake up one morning, I said, you know what? My student loans, let's use that. I talked about a lot about my student loans. We've overcame $70,000 in student loans, paid them off, right? A few years back, we paid them off. My wife, without my wife, my discipline on my student loans, I'd still be paying them probably another 10 or 15 years, to be honest with you. She woke up one day when when I was finishing my master's and we had just got married and said, hun, we want to adopt our children in a couple of years, start a family in the next 2 years. Your student loans are holding us down. They are holding us down. Discipline, what that looked like for us was whatever the minimum, we were on the long-term payment. That way we could pay more and it would go to the principal. And we were limited income. I mean, I was still in retail, you guys, and she was making, whatever it was, and then was subbing, and we didn't have a ton of income. So let's just say it was $400 a minimum payment. I don't remember what it was. That was 11 years ago, guys. Let's just say it was $400. I think it was around 370, 400 somewhere. She said, hey, yeah, we'll do this last 370 payment, but start next month. Look at our budget. Like, here's what we got. I have a little bit of money my grandma gave me. We could start with that. We started doubling the payments, you guys. The next month, it felt amazing. Can you imagine a $370 payment and you just push a button and, you hit, it says 740, you make a payment? Guys, when I pushed that button, I was like, oh my God, I saw the number go down. I looked at her, I said, we got to keep doing this. That's discipline. It's anybody can push a button and do it one time. They really can. Anybody. Just push the button and you're like, I did it. Cool. I run out the door and go live on the rest of my life. Next month comes up. Crap, I forgot about my payment. I just got a set of tires. This happened. This happened. I can barely make it, or I'm going to be actually 3 days late at my payment because I didn't budget. It's all about discipline and then consistent discipline, you guys. And what that comes to is next week, again, no president is going to sit here and save your discipline. That's up to you. The summary of this whole podcast episode, guys, is the same thing. You're sitting in your kitchen listening to this. You're sitting in your car driving around. You're eating lunch. You're doing whatever you are, laying in bed listening to this episode and watching the episode if you're on YouTube, right? And you should have to realize that this is on you. I'm pointing at you guys. This is up to you going forward. Next week, January of next year, the year after that, the year after that, everything going forward, everyone else is moving forward. Are you going to move forward? Or are we going to get stuck in this mindset that, oh my God, this person won, or oh my God, this person won, our country's in shambles? Who cares? Who cares? What about yourself, your family, your kids? Go focus on that. Here's something that for years, my wife and I, probably 8 years ago, I would say. Notice I said 8 years ago. Add it backwards and see what happened in 2016. Like 8 years ago, my wife and I, we really didn't care about politics a lot. We literally said, you know what? We're not going to allow it to affect us. And it really is accelerated in the last 2 years, 2.5 years with inflation with me and her. We live our life. We got to worry about my son, my daughter, our jobs, our company, our family, my mom, my brother, my dad, her dad, like my cousins, anyone I know. That's what I care about, is that. Making sure that we're okay. And politics don't affect that. Sure, the cost of goods went up the last 2.5 years. All right, whatever. It's inflation. It is what it is. Guys, it happened in 08 and 09 too. We were a lot younger back then, 20s and stuff. We didn't have many responsibilities. I think that's another big part of it. We have more responsibilities. We got a house for us and kids, and like kids are expensive. And like, you guys, everybody's got more priorities, or not more reasons to be panicky when things go up in price. It's all up to you. Are you going to move forward? Or are you going to just stand on the sideline and complain? That's up to you. And honestly, if you're standing on the sideline, you're like, I want to be what you said, Brian. I want to do what you said. I just can't. I mean, we've been trying. I'm a third party, you guys. There's other coaches out there. There's planners out there. There's people, therapists, even if you're having therapy issues, that you can reach out to and just say, we tried and we're exhausted. We can't do it on our own. We need a third party's perspective. Call them. Put pride aside and call them. If you've been trying for months, you've been trying for a year, 2 years, it's not working, you guys. It's okay to call somebody and say, hey, we need some opinions. What can you do for us? Help us out. I hope this helped. And like I said, I wasn't here to bash any of the political parties because I don't really care. I don't. As I know it sounds crazy, but I don't care. I don't care about any parties. I don't care about politics. I care about what's important to me and how I keep my family going. And that's what everyone else hopefully will too. Thanks again for listening today. I mean, the Couples Money Revelation podcast, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on YouTube right now. Coming up next, few episodes. I've already talked to 2 people, maybe 3. That's what I said about this season. There's going to be a lot of guests and a lot of great information on money and revolving around your relationship. And we have already 2 people scheduled coming up in the next few weeks. And hopefully a third will be added on by the end of the season. Lots of people, lots of awesome incentives. It's not just all financial coaches coming up, although we do enjoy doing that. There will be 1 or 2. And yeah, I hope you guys continue tuning in. Watch some of my old videos. If you need to reach out to me, the links are all over the place. MadellineFinancialCoaching.com. Just hit me up, set up a free call, and let's just chat about life, you guys. Thank you for tuning in today to the Couples Money Revelation podcast. As always, stay positive and stay blessed. Have a good day.